Hello and welcome to Liberty Nation's LNTV. I'm your host, Mark Angelides. Today I'm joined by Mr. Scott DiCrescenza, Legal Affairs Editor for LibertyNation.com. Welcome, Scott. Good to have you on board. Thanks for being here. I mean, the Supreme Court has just announced that it's going to hear arguments on Obamacare. Who knew that was still a thing? Scott, what's this all about?
Mark, what happened is when the penalty for not maintaining health care insurance was reduced to zero, that became an existential question for whether or not the Obamacare legislation was valid. You may recall that the only reason why the Supreme Court said it was, in fact, constitutional to require Americans to purchase health care insurance is because it was fashioned as a tax by the Congress. And so since the levying of taxes is a legal thing for the Congress to do and the federal government to do, the Supreme Court, with 4 liberals and the Chief Justice, Justice Roberts, said it is a tax and therefore it's legal. But if the tax is zero, right, then is it legal or what? And that's the current status that we have, and that's what the Supreme Court has said they will in fact review.
The question here is, I mean, clearly we know that it essentially pulled the rug from underneath the Affordable Care Act here. But who's suing?
It did pull the rug out, Mark, for individuals. But if we look at the legislation, what states are required to do is a massive amount of regulation and law that they have to comport with. So if the individual mandate is out, then do those parties, states themselves, have to do all the things that they're required to under the law? And in fact, the Supreme Court took the case. It's 2 cases that they're consolidating into one. One is filed by the state of Texas, arguing that they should not have to comply with anything in Obamacare. And the other is California, arguing the opposite, saying that they think the mandate, the other provisions of the law should remain in effect.
Okay, so you have, it's the case of two children in school. One wants to bring an apple to the teacher and request that they do all the extra work, and the other not so much. Scott, any predictions here?
Yes, Mark. Just on a lark, I will predict that the Chief Justice Roberts, will not once again go with the left or the liberals on this block like he did when he voted for Obamacare to be constitutional. And in fact, he'll go with the conservatives and say that absent the mandate, there is no law there. But it is just a guess. We'll have to see. The case will not be argued until the fall, probably October, and we won't likely get a decision before this time next year or later.
So just after the 2020 election, then?
You know, they'll be hearing the case probably right before the election itself, and after the inauguration, I think, is when we'll see a result.
Well, many thanks to you, Scott. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Mark.
And thank you to you at home for watching. Much appreciated.
Hi, folks. Lisa K. Donner here, Editor-in-Chief of LibertyNation.com. We hope you enjoyed watching this video, maybe even learned a thing or two. If so, please take a moment and subscribe to our YouTube channel right down there in the corner. Thanks so much.